Now in the next set, that is a set of 4 questions, the instructions are this: on the surface of Earth, a time zone is defined as a region where the time today remains same throughout the region. The time changes from one time zone to another time zone on the basis of change in the position in longitude. So longitudes are imaginary lines, and the rest of the instructions are there. So there is one line that is at 0 longitude is GMT, and GMT is reference for calculating in different time zones around the world. So time of the day increases on moving towards east from Greenwich and decreases moving towards west from Greenwich. The relation between longitude and time is given as 1 degree change in longitude, there will be equals to 4 minutes change in time. And longitude for some of the countries have been given in the table, and in this table all the longitudes are mentioned to the reference of C. So let's say C is a line over here that is 20, this is the line, this is east, this is west, and this is GMT. So C is a line that is at the 20 degree towards the west, so 20 degree west, and then we talk about A with reference to C, so that will be 30 degree with reference to GMT. So 30 degree ahead of GMT. B will be 75 minus 20, that will be B will be 55 degree towards east. C is at 0, so C will be 20 degree west. D is 27 degree east, so the D will be at 7 degree from the GMT. Similarly, E will be 75 degree towards west, so I can say that E is at 95 degree and F is again at the same position where A is. Now let's talk about the questions based upon the information given to us. So let's talk about question number. The first question for this: if a live music show is being performed at Greenwich at 9 p.m, at what time will the people in the country F be watching the live telecast on television? So if we look at the live telecast, there will be a difference of 20, let's move back, there will be a difference of 30 degree longitude towards east, so it will be 30 into 4, it will be 30 into 4 degree change, that is 120 minutes. So time will be effectively 120 minutes ahead of the GMT. So the answer for this question turns out to be 11 p.m. and the correct answer is C option. Now let's move about the second question. If there is a country named G of the time of which is 2 hours ahead of C, then what is the longitude of G with reference to Greenwich? So it's 2 hours ahead of C, that means it has to be towards eastern side, because if it is G is here, C is at 20 degree towards west, so there will be, this number will be 2 hours ahead of this number. So the difference of this turns out to be what? 120, 2 hours to 120 minutes difference is there. So in longitude the difference will be of 30 degree. So if 30 degree is longitude, 20 degree is GMT and 10 degree further. So the difference from Greenwich time GMT is 10 degree east. Third option would be the answer. Now let's talk about the other question, the third question. That is, a flight takes off from A at 11 a.m. and it takes exactly 2 hours to reach F. At which time will the flight land in F? So if you look at the table, A and F are at the same points. So they are at 50 degree east towards from C and 50 degree east towards from C. So both the points are on the same lines. So effectively there should be no time difference. So effectively 2 hours after the flight has taken off, it will be landing at 1 p.m. at F. So the answer for this is third option. And in the next part, the fourth question, a person takes a flight from B to D. How much time will it take for an aeroplane to complete the journey? Now effectively, if you look at the difference between the time, we can calculate the difference between the two time zones, but we actually do not know the speed that the aeroplane is flying. So the answer to this question should be cannot be determined. So these are the 4 questions of set DI set.